YouTube, what's happening? It is Saturday, April 12th, and we're going to talk about the MLB first today. We have 15 games on the slate. Everybody has pitchers announced except the A's. What are you guys doing? You should already have it up. Anyways, a little recap of yesterday. Here are all the games. Hey, let's keep it positive. Let's give it up for Detroit, Machado, and Jung. They did their job. Boston got their ass kicked by the White Sox. What? It was one of the weird days. Whatever. You're going to have up days and down days. We did our job. Look, we came in, we did our work, we found the averages. The players, it was the players' fault. They didn't live up to their averages. That's on them, not me. I did my job. So if you want the plays typed out for every sport I do or access to the spreadsheets, which, hey, look, I got pictures now. I got pictures, I got hands, I got data. Oh, it's getting there. It's getting there. You want access to the spreadsheets? I should have this done by tomorrow, hopefully. So all you gotta do is go join the HQ, simple as that, and other sports as well. So enough of that. We have 15 games. We're going to break all this down. And let's go ahead and jump into that first game right now. Our first game is Detroit and Minnesota. It's Minnesota slightly favorite, 115 with an 8.5. But we look at the spreadsheet and we see Detroit's 4-10 in the last over the whole season. So it's kind of funny they're favored. 8-5 for Detroit. The offense is still doing pretty good. Minnesota's offense is mid. Neither team steals bases. So let's come over here to the pitchers. Let me show you this is a better way to show the pitchers. We got Jackson Joe versus Chris Paddock. So let's come over to the props. Let's see how they've done against each other. Detroit versus Paddock. You can see the history right there. There's not much data. Torres is 4 for 8. That stands out a little bit. There is a home run for Baez, whatever. And we flop to the other side. We can see Minnesota has never faced Job. So, and if we see Minnesota versus righties, there you go for those people that care about that from last season. And we flop back. We see Detroit versus righties as well. Better for Minnesota overall. Probably it's why they are favored a little bit. And then we come up, we can see Paddock was 5-3 with a 4.49, and Job only pitched 4 innings. So that's probably why Minnesota's favored. They're fading Joe because he did not pitch much at all last season. Now we can look at the props and see what's up. Let's do 2025 so we can see what they've been up to for, well, let's go last 10. We can look down here. We have dates on the screen. So Paddock earned runs 2.5. He was bad. He gave up 9 runs to the damn White Sox, and then he gave up 3 to Houston. So yeah, dude's has some issues. Now he's going against Detroit bats. I don't see how. Like what? Yeah, he should have a bad day against Detroit. One would think. Strikeout wise, no. Detroit 17th at 8.9 per game, but you're not a strikeout dude. Hits, no. I think anything earned runs, maybe Detroit just to win outright would be the play I would go with. You're averaging 3.6, numbers 1.5, but yeah, you got a, crazy line. Okay, let's make sure we turn already off. Why they keep showing up? I don't know. Let's just ignore that. Let's pop to the other side. Let's go Jackson. Good sir, what you got from the last 10? Well, you only have 2 games because they don't even register the game from last season, but you're 4 innings. Good sir. Let's see, strikeouts. Nope. Hits. Nope. Earned runs. How about walks? Damn, you walked a lot in your first 2 games. That ain't good. Okay, I see why Minnesota's favored. Both pitchers have histories. Well, your season's not going well, and the other one has a history of giving up runs. Our total's sitting at 8.5. I think the smart play is since our bats are doing so well, we got top 6 in here, and we got at least average here. I think we just go over and just let the runs come in. So let's keep it smart. Let's not overthink it. Let's just take the over 8.5 and move on to the next game. Game 2 is Philadelphia and St. Louis. It's Philly 155 on the road, a 7.5 total. Look at the sheets and see what we got. 8-5, 6-7. St. Louis, are they really 6-7? Is that right? Make sure they're 6-7, but their offense is doing great. It's just in the last 10. It's just their pitching must be absolutely miserable if they're scoring this many runs and they're barely 500. They're not even 500, 6-7. Wow, 462. Okay. All right. Cool. Let's go to the pitchers. Who's going out there? Sanchez versus Mikolas. Nice. Let's go to the props. Let's take a look closer to them, shall we? We can get rid of those 2. Let's swap games to the Philly game. And then let's open up Sanchez and Mikolas. Let's take a look at these 2. And we want the matchup, and we go Mikolas versus Philly. And okay, Castellanos has a couple home runs, 429, 444, 400, 318, 333, 500, 194 for Schwarber. Schwarber struggles, Romuto struggles, but everybody else is just, and Scott struggles. Everybody else is raking off this dude. Okay, Phillies. Keep it simple. Let's look at St. Louis too. You haven't done too well. Your offense is doing great, but the Phillies are raking against this dude. My God, yeah, that is Yeah, there it is. Crazy. Those are some good numbers. I'm liking the Phillies bats already right there. We can see how they did last season for both these two. Nothing really stands out to me. Let's look at the prop. Sanchez gave up 4 to the Dodgers before that, 1 to Colorado. Pretty basic is what you would assume. Strikeouts, neither team. Philly is in 9th and St. Louis is 17th, so I really don't want to do strikeout props for either game. I think we're just going to go Philly Mainland. I think that's the way we're going to go. Let's look at Miko. Let's see if anything stands out. 11 hits allowed. Oof. Strikeouts. I don't want that. I don't want earned runs. Yeah, I could 8 earned runs against Boston, 2 against the Angels. Yeah, I think we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to go Philly and just move on to the next game. Philly Mainland next. Game 3, San Francisco and the Yankees. And we can see it is 135 with the Yanks at home. 8 is our total. Let's go to the sheet, see what we got. Both offenses are doing good scoring runs, mid when it comes to hits and home runs, and they're striking out a bunch. Both teams are. Nothing new for the Yankees. We know that. 10-3, 7-6. So you can see they both steal the same amount of bases. Let's go to the pitchers. Who do we have? We have Jordan Hicks and Will Warren. Interesting. Let's dive into those two a little deeper, shall we? Will Warren has never faced the Yankees. So, no, I mean, Will Warren's never faced the Giants, not the Yankees. What I'm saying, Warren's never faced the Giants, so no data there. If we go to Yankees, Jordan Hicks versus the Yankees. Well, Judge has 6 at bats with 2 home runs. We tried that yesterday, and the man got walked twice, so he had 1 at bat technically. So that's the downside. Judge could get a hold of one if he can actually get not walked. So 167, Judge might be a play. You can see the rest of these kind of So San Fran's been crushing too, so that might be a play. We can look at how San Fran does against righties. You can see the numbers there, and how New York does against righties as well. There you go. So there's your pitchers: 0-3 last season and 4-7 the 4-1. So looking at the props, no. Yankee strikeouts. What are your Ks looking like? Oh yeah. Here we go. 4.5 against the Yankees. You head-to-head. You faced them last year. You faced them once in May. Last 10, you're averaging 4.9. Last 20, you're averaging 4.5. The number's 4.5, but you're facing the Yankees, who are literally the 2nd worst team in the league of strikeouts here in the last 10 games. So 9.5, which means they're averaging literally over 1 strikeout per inning. So yeah, I think I'm going to go Hicks. As long as he don't get teed off on, which only Judge had good success. Everybody else is kind of I think Hicks can get 5 Ks. We'll see if these work. So we're going to go Hicks over 4.5 Ks. We're going to take that. Yeah, you could take Judge too. You could take Judge if you wanted to. It's still over, still decent. Yastrzemski is 100% on the hits. That's actually pretty nice overall. Rice is doing good, so there's a couple of good bats as well. But I think I'm going to go with Hicks, and we're going to fade the whole Yankees can't stop striking out thing. We'll take that next. All right, so here's a fun one. Mets and the A's. Now, on ESPN, they have not updated the picture. We saw that earlier. So we can see on the line, it is Mets 134 with a 9.5. If I go over to the pitchers, you see undecided. But if I go to the props, Outlier has JT King going out there. So we're going to go based on, he's probably the one going out there. If there's lines being offered by DraftKings and Caesars, I think the sports books might know a little bit more than ESPN about sports, which is kind of hilarious to say. But seeing how ESPN has their own sports book and they can't even figure out who's pitching. Tells you which book to avoid, right? Exactly. Or to take advantage of, probably. Might be better. Look at the numbers. 5 and 9, which actually is not bad for the A's. I figured they'd be worse. 9 and 4 for the Mets. You can see the numbers. Offenses are doing great. Let's open these two up. Peterson, JT again. Let's see what we got. To the matchups. Now, Mets versus Jen. History 0-for-1 per series. That's it. Ever. A's against Peterson. Not much success, not many at bats either, so nothing to talk about. A's versus lefties. You can see how they did. There's a little bit of success here, but not much. A lot of bad ones too. A lot of ones. Not good. Mets against righties. You can see how they did. And then let's go to so far we like the bats. The bats are doing good. I'm liking the over. I'm liking the over for sure. Let's see how Peterson's done in the last 10 games. Hits wise, pretty decently. Strikeouts, all over the place. No. The A's are 4th. They're only striking out 7 times a game. Who is this team? This team last year was 30th every single day, tied with Boston, striking out nonstop. Not this season. Earned runs, yeah. Walks. Ooh, that's a lot of walks, good sir. What is up with this? There's a lot of walks against a good team like the A's who bat well. Over 1.5 is 195. Man, I almost want to just all line at the 2.5 or plus 150. You could do that. You could just take this too if you want to win. Let's go over to JT. What you got for us, buddy? Strikeouts, no. The Mets are second in the league, only striking out 6.6 times in the last 10 games. We don't want to touch that either. So, yeah, let's go to the bats. Any good bats out here for us? Let's take a look at these. Mets and A's. Oh no, we got Polar Bear. Let's look at him. How's he been doing? He's good. Everybody else is kind of trash. So, sorry. Oh, dude has been raking in the last 10 games, hasn't he? Look at the numbers. My God. Yesterday, 3 hits, 1 run, 3 RBIs. Okay, that's 150. The over is currently sitting at 9.5 with a 105. Which way did we want to? I think I still want to go the over, but this would be if you don't want to take it over, here's a great prop you could take. I would take this for a prop. So, me personally, I'm going to go over 9.5. I feel both teams' offenses are doing so good right now. We're going to ride that wave of great offensiveness, sir. And then we'll just take that and move on to the next game. All right, next up we got Toronto and Baltimore. We can see Baltimore slight favorite. 8 is our total. Same pitchers from yesterday. They didn't obviously play. So Bowden versus Tomoyuki. Let's look at the spreadsheet again. We can see offense is not good. They're getting hits, but the runs are not there. Baltimore is a Yerfy team this season, apparently, and Toronto is a nerfy team again. Toronto and Baltimore nerfies fed families last year, but not this year with Baltimore. They're averaging 1.67 runs in the first inning at home this year. That is ridiculous. So, yeah, I wouldn't touch that. Let's go over to the player props, go to the pitchers. Why do I have Mountcastle highlighted? Well, I'll show you in a second. So let's just jump over here to the pitchers. Let's come on down. Sagano versus Toronto, there is nothing there, obviously. But if I swap to the other side and go Bowden versus Baltimore, look at Mr. Mountcastle, 714, 2 homers, 6 RBs, and 2.5. Yeah, I'll risk a unit on that bet. Anytime I see something that crazy, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, that's not Judge. That's not Otani. That's that is Mountcastle, and I will gladly take that. So, I'll show you the props of the pitchers if you want to take. Yeah, strikeouts for him, sure. Except Baltimore is number 10 at 7.7 in the last 10. I wouldn't trust it. And then flip side, Toronto is 7.3. They're both doing really good on strikeouts, so I wouldn't trust those at all. I'll just run through these real quick. There's those two, and then we'll go over here. We only have one game, so we have like no stats to work with. So, for this game, we shall be taking Mr. Mountcastle. Let me load him up right here. And he did not do anything in the last 2 games, but he has done okay. He could be better, but he has a very favorable opponent in history. We're going to go with history this time and see how history works for us. Now, do I want to take the HR 1.5? 1.5 plus 110 looks nice. I do like the plus juice. That's what I took yesterday, I believe. No, I took total bases. Ooh, really? Yeah, that does look better. Yeah, it looks better. So him getting anything, ooh, that is 180. That's a lot. I don't know. We're gonna go for the juice today. We're going to juice it up. We're going HR. We're gonna risk it for ye old biscuit. So we're gonna go Mountcastle over 1.5 HR. If he can get 714 overall, he can keep on. So hey, just get you a hit and score a run, or get you an RBI, or hell, hit a home run. We'll take that. Okay, cool. Next up, we got Atlanta and Tampa Bay. And where's that? Scroll right there. Tampa 145 with an 8.5 total. Let me show you the pitchers. We got AJ Smith-Shawver going up against Drew Rasmussen. Let's look at the sheets. 6 and 7 for Tampa, 3 and 10. This is outside in the minor league stadium, so hotter weather. Of course, today's not hot. Today's only 75 in Tampa, so don't have to worry about any crazy home runs probably. So it's not that hot. So bats are pretty average. They're good at nerfy those. That's pretty nice to see. Anything else I'm not really loving here? So let's see if there's any pitcher props we like. Pitcher matchups, Rasmussen versus the Braves history. Nothing really stands out here. We flip sides. We go to AJ and we see again, nothing, no data at all either. Tampa versus righties from last season. And then you can see Atlanta from righties from last season. So nothing really stands out. So let's look at some props. See if we got anything here, because earned runs, I want the last, let's see, this is AJ. All we have is 2025. They won't let me, I can't do last 5, really. That's fine, whatever. Hits, no, 6 and 7. Tampa, I don't trust their offense. I want clear advantages. That's not clear advantages. He's walking 3, so nothing there. Let's look at Drew. Drew last 5 is the best I can do. Okay, give me 2025 at least. All right, 2025 hits, earned runs, 0 and 1, strikeouts, 4 and 4. 5.5. You expect Tampa's 5th in strike. I mean, Atlanta is 25th in strikeouts right now, 9.4. You could do that, but I need to see you have the ability to do that. I don't know if you do. I'm not liking these. Let's go to the bats. Anything on the bat side look good? We got a little bit of something here. What can we work with? Cameron Misner. Let's look at Aranza. Let's look at Ozzy. Let's look at Brandon Lau. Oh, there we go. We got a few we can dive into. How about that? You two can go away. I don't care about you. Let's see. What do we got? Brandon Lau hits 70%, 135. Not bad. Ozzy, pretty decent, 165. Aranda, not bad, 70%. How many at bats are you getting? 3 to 4 max. Okay. Mensner, that looks good. I can work with this. Hold up. And you're getting, oof, oof. These are walks, obviously, in there. I can see you're averaging 1.1 hits, half a run, and half an RBI in your 10 games. That's pretty good overall. You're 2.1 HR average on a 0.5 HR. All you gotta do is get a hit and you're good. I think I found a play. Can I bump that up? Ooh. Oh, it's not available. You can't bump this onto the books, huh? Oh, I see. That's fine. It's in my wheelhouse. I can work with it. So let's take this. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna take this one. We're gonna go Misner over 0.5 HR. Yeah, it's 185. It's in my wheelhouse. I can take that. I'm gonna take this play. Other than that, I wouldn't touch. Yeah, we'll just take this one next. All right, next up we got Boston and Chicago, the White Sox. The White Sox whooped that ass yesterday, so let's see what happens today. Today we have Boston 154 with 7.5. Let's look over at some pitchers, shall we? I want this screen, and we can see Boston. Fitz against Perez are our pitchers. Let's go to the sheets. Let's take a look at this real quick. 7 and 8, 3 and 10. They were on fire, but then they got put out real quick by the White Sox. So let's go over to the pitcher props. Perez versus Boston. You can see the numbers, how they've done historically. 429 for Devers, 269 in Bregman, and 26 bats. A little bit of success there. We flopped to the other side. Fitz against the White Sox, and you can see the numbers. Some, but not much data there. So this is the main data. Perez versus Boston is the main data. You can see some of that there. No home runs, though. No home runs, but we do have some 1.1, 1.6, 1.1 OPSs. So let's go up to, well, Boston versus lefties. There's our lefty numbers from last season. And here's Chicago's numbers versus righties from last season. There you go. Let's look at the actual things. Perez walks, no. Strikeouts, 4.5, no. Boston is, they're 22nd in strikeouts at 9.2, but look, this dude's not consistent. We can't trust that. Hits, oh no. He went from 0 to 4. He had 0 hits against Minnesota. That was impressive. All right, Perez, I see you. Earned runs, you've been good your 2 games this year. You've been really damn good. 1 earned run total combined. Now you're facing the Sox. Either you're gonna have another great game or you're gonna get absolutely roughed up. I don't know which one's gonna happen first. So we'll leave you alone. Let's go over to Fitz. What you got, Fitz? Hits 6. Last 3 games or last 2 games, first 2 games of the season. Strikeout wise, your numbers, the White Sox are 8.9. They're not bad at strikeouts. They're average. So that's a no. Earned runs. You've been giving us some earned runs. I don't trust the White Sox bats to continue to stay hot, but you never know. Let's go to the batting props. Anything good here? Because so far I'm not liking this game at all. There's nothing. I need to see how they respond. Devers has his HR both not great in the last 5 games. 10 games, yes, not 5. Nothing is really standing out for these numbers to the point where I'm going to pass on this game. Just move on to the next one. Next up, Washington and Miami. And we can, where do they go? There they are. 138 Miami with a 7.5. Let's look over, see who the actual pitcher is. Today is going to be Trevor Williams for Sandy Alcantara. So cool. Let's look over at the spreadsheet. 6 and 7 for both teams. Nothing crazy. You can see the numbers. Washington has yet to score a run in the first inning this season. On the road, their away is 0. Just no runs period. Ever. So we can see everything else, the numbers there. Cool. If you want to potentially take a nerfy, I wouldn't do it. Even though this does look great, this is based on the last 10. They're averaging 1.3 runs in the first inning in the last 10 games, but they have none of those on the road. So they're really good at home. Wait till the home number when they get back home. Oh, buddy, let's go to props for the pitchers. Sandy versus Washington. Let's look at these numbers here. 111, 167, 200. None of these are good. None of these are good. He's been owning them. Now, this is the Sandy of old. Is he still Sandy? Because Sandy of last year wasn't good. So let's see. Let's pop to the other side. Trevor Williams is not much. Dude is 4 for 4. Edwards likes this man. 2.5. Okay, cool. Cool. Miami versus righties. Let's show you the numbers. There you go. There you can see how they did. And then you want to see how Washington did versus righties as well. There you go. Both had pretty good numbers. Props, Williams, strikeouts. Miami is 28th in strikeouts. He did strike out 6 against Arizona, only 3 against Toronto. What is the number at? 4.5 head to head. He only had 1 last season. I don't care about that. But you can see Miami is 28th at 9.8, 8.63 at home, whole season 9.62. Okay. I think I like Trevor Williams to get 5 strikeouts here. That's 1 an inning. I think he can get that. I don't think Miami's going to rough him up any. So I see a low scoring battle here. Hopefully he has a pitcher duel, doesn't get roughed up. And I see he's given up 3 runs in the last 2, but it was Toronto and Arizona. Much better offenses than Miami statistically. So, and hits, you can see that too. So let's flop to the other one. Sandy, 2 earned runs in his both starts. Pretty good. Strikeouts, 7 and 4. Not bad. Hits, walks, pitching outs, perhaps. No, he's slowly ramping up. So Trevor Williams strikeouts is what I like so far. Let's look at bats too. Any bat, 100% for Ruiz, 1.5 HR. Are you really been ranking that much recently, good sir? Good sir. And Josh Bell walks. Josh Bell hits. All right. Yes, you have. You've been doing quite well. You like playing them. How many at bats do you get? You get a solid 4. You're averaging 2.1 though on a 1.5. That's not good enough. That's not like Misner was 2 games ago when we looked at that. That was a great gap. This isn't a good gap. We want at least 2.5. So we're going to take, even though it looks good, we're taking it off. Yeah, I think we're going to go with strikeouts for Trevor. I like the Trevor Williams strikeouts play over 4.5 next. Next up, KC Cleveland. And where did it go down here? All right, it's 130 Cleveland home, 7.5. Let's look at who the pitchers are. We want KC in Cleveland. Is Lorenzo versus Luis LL Ortiz, L Cool J as I call him, all last season. Let's look because there are 2 Luis Ortizes in the league. One's L and one's F, just so you know. So let's look over here. 7 and 7, 7 and 6. Offenses, never heard of them. What the hell, Casey? You're going right back to where you were at the end of last season. This is what you did for like a straight month at the end of the regular season last year and the first round of the playoffs, which you somehow advanced with the same offense. Your pitching was amazing. Your batting was amazingly bad. I don't know how you do it. Yeah, no. I can't take KC. Let's look against LL Ortiz. You can see this is how KC has done historically. Not much data. There's a home run for Isbell. There's a home run for Perez, but not much here. You flop the other side. Cleveland versus Lorenzen. You can see there's 300 for 2 home runs, 10 at bats, and a 1.4 per Santana. So, but it's only 3 out of 10. That's not the best. So I want more than that. I want like at least a 400 if I'm going to focus on like a history play. And I'm not liking that at all. Let's see. Cleveland versus righties. You can see how they did last season. And KC versus righties. You can see how they did last season. But they're not doing that right now. Let me tell you that. So I can't wait to get batting averages up on the sheet. Oh, I can't wait to see those numbers. Soon. Today-ish. Probably tomorrow. We'll see. Let's see. Hits allowed. Ooh, 5 and 5. Let's look at them strikeouts. Let's look at earned runs. Nope. Good battle. Let's pop to the other side. LL hits. Ooh, that's a lot of hits. 9, but then we're going up against KC, who can't hit nothing. They're averaging literally 6.4 hits and only 2.4 runs per game the last 10. They're doing a little bit better on the road than home, but they're just not doing well. So any bats out here? Any bats we want to take in this game? Because so far, this is feeling like a pass to me. Does it feel like a pass to you? It feels like a pass to me. So yeah, look, see, when you get shit like this, it's not good. Pass, next. All right, next up, we got Pittsburgh and Cincy. We got 124 Cincy with an 8.5 total. Let's look over at the actual pitchers. Looks like we're going to have Haney versus Abbott. Okay, cool. And we look at the numbers. And I mean, if there's ever a layout for, I took the Nerfy yesterday. It did happen. You're going to have it. Sometimes it won't happen. It was one of them days. This is what we want for a setup when it comes to a Nerfy. We want terrible offense for hits and runs. We want strikeouts, and we want super low. We want green over here. This is a perfect setup. If this was all ones, it'd be amazing. If this was all 30s, that would be the most ideal setup. This is as close as you can get. Now we want just average pitchers. Average. We don't care what they do beyond the first 3 batters. We care. I just care. Just those first 3. What can we do? So let's go to the pitchers. We have Haney versus Cincy historically. That scares me. Candelario, 7 at bats, 2 home runs, 2.3. Scares me. I'm a little scared. Against lefties, you can see how they've done. Not the best, though, since he doesn't like lefties usually. And we go against Pittsburgh. We can see how Abbott's done. That scares me. Hayes, 2 home runs and 5 at-bats. I'm a little scared. Yes. Against lefties, again, A little bit better, but not as a little bit better than Cincy, but still not that great overall. So I'm still feeling. I feel like risking it for the Nerfy. I feel like a risk. I'm feeling it. Tell me, what's the odds on that Nerfy looking like right now? Game lines, inning, total under 120. We might risk it. We might risk it. That's going to be sweaty too. So sweaty, but I love it. I love Nerfies. They're so addictive. That's why people do them. And then there's some psychos in my Discord that are just doing pitch by pitch. You absolute menaces. Like you're betting on the pitch. Is it a strike? Is it a ball? Is it hit? Is it? Man, they let you bet on everything. It's just madness. What am I doing? I lost my track. All right, walks, earn runs, whew, hits. I just know these teams are so bad offensively right now. It's just, yeah, I know they popped off for a little bit yesterday, but I don't. Average, they're bad. They're averaging a combined 6.3 runs per game. Under could be a play. Nerfy could be a play. Nerfy's quick. I like the Nerfy. Let's see, earn run, outs. Not bad for the outs. Very all over the place. Let's go over to Haney. What you got? Strikeouts, earn runs. Your 2 games this year, you gave out 1 earned run each. That's what we want to see for a Nerfy. Beautiful plays. What was your earned runs? 4 against KC, but that was last season. This is your first start of the season, though. Yeah, that's good for us because we don't know what you've been up to. So they haven't seen you this year. Great. We're going for it. We're going Nerfy in this one. I'm taking it. I don't care. Next. All right, next up we have Angels in Houston. Let me scroll on down so you can see it. Where'd it go? Right there. Houston 150 with a 9 total. Let me show you the pitchers. Is Tyler Anderson versus Ryan Augusto. I do not have props for Gusto apparently, but hey, that's cool. We'll get to it. Offense for the Angels still cooking. Yeah, they didn't win yesterday. They didn't cover yesterday, but that's cool. The offense still doing its thing. First in home runs, second, good stuff overall. Houston's a good Nerfy team. Angels are leaning more towards a Yerfy team, not what you want to see for a Nerfy. Let's go to the pitchers. We have Tyler Anderson. That's all I have. So let's open them up. Oh, I do. I can look at Gusto. Nice. Gusto. Let's start with that. Let's go Anderson versus Houston historically, and damn, that's a lot of green. That's a lot of large green numbers. 400, 385, 368, 385, 400, 360, 333. Tyler Anderson might have him a long day today based on those numbers. Against lefties, you see how Houston does. They do pretty well. Okay, Houston's the play. All right. Let's flop sides. Gusto, never faced them, never heard of them. Against righties, Angels, they're doing great off for this season, but last season you can see where they typically lie. I can't see the whole team being that much above their average. They're going to regress to the mean eventually. And it's just, man, it's sad because they're fun. They're 8-5. I like teams that hit home runs. So far, Houston's a play. Let's just keep it a buck. Keep it simple. So do we take Anderson earned runs? His line's at 3.5. That should tell you everything you need to see about this game. 3.5. Bruh, I've never seen 3.5. All right, they expect this man to get absolutely dog walk today. All right, so let's just go ahead and put Houston money line. Quit effing around. Houston money line next. Milwaukee, Arizona's up next. Arizona 178 at home with a 9 total. Let's look over the pitchers. We have Chad Patrick and Corbin Burns up next on our pitching list. Let's pop up, go to the sheets. Let's see. 1-1. Milwaukee loves them some Nerfies. Arizona's like, nah. We don't know what we like. We're 50%. So no Nerfy there. The offense is really good for Milwaukee too, which is fun. They steal bases too. So yet they don't do anything in the first inning, which is hilarious. Let's come over to the pitcher, shall we? Corbin versus Milwaukee. Historically, 286, 500. Not much data here. We have a home run for Contreras, but that's it. Swap. Nothing against Chad Patrick. Against righties, you can see how Arizona did last year. Pretty decent overall, pretty average, very mid. We go to Milwaukee against righties, some zeros, some 300s for like Yelich and stuff, but nothing crazy. So far, nothing stands out except for Milwaukee. This season's doing decently. Pitchers, any strikeouts? No. Arizona's 2, Milwaukee's 11, so we're not looking at strikeouts. I'll show you, though. Yeah, I don't care. Strikeouts. That was earned runs. It's 8-3, yeah, very all over the place. Earned runs is 4, walks, outs. Yeah, nothing there. Nothing for us. Patrick, we don't have much stats on this guy. Nothing here. 5-4. Hits. No. And walks. Yeah, no, I'm not looking at. We got a bat prop we could take in this one potentially. Let's look. Diamondbacks. Let's bring that one up. Ooh, we have some stuff we can look at. All right, and it's from the Brewers, who's been doing great offensively. That love that. That makes sense. Let's start with Terang. We'll start with Churio. Let's look at Sal. Didn't play. That wasn't his fault. He just didn't play. We'll look at Yeller. That's the four we want to look at. So let's look at these four. How they doing? How you doing? You have a 1.5. You have a 3.4 average in your last 10. That's the stuff we like to see. Yes. Head to head. Yes. 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 Yeah. Good stuff overall. That's a good play. We could take that for 120. Beautiful. Love that. Churio. Bip bip Churio. Let's see. You're averaging 4, which is better than 3.4. You're 1.5 as well with a 130. Well, guess what, Terrain? You're going away because I have a new friend. His name is Jackson. Thank you, Jackson. Your 4 average is now in the clubhouse leading. Sal 1.2 is not good enough for us, and then Yelich 2.3 is. They're all good plays. Hell, you can put them all in a parlay if you want to. Probably. Not that I would ever condone doing such crazy things. I'm taking Drew. I'm taking Jackson. Churio. CHU. Oh, CHOU. OURIO over 1.5 HRR. We're going to take that. I like that. I like this. He has at least one hit in every game for 10 straight games. That's a nice little streak. Let's see if we can keep that alive. Next. All right, next up, Colorado and San Diego. 165 for the Padres. 8.5 is our total. Let's look at our pitchers. We have Chase Dollander versus Kyle Hart. Okay, that's a battle of nobodies. Cool. Let's pop over here. 3-10, 11-3. One's better than the other. San Diego absolutely teed off on Colorado yesterday. That was beautiful to see. Offense is cooking. Offense is getting cooked. Nerfies, not bad on the percent-wise. Runs, though. San Diego's only averaging half a run in the first inning. That'd be a sweaty Nerfie. That would be a potential Nerfie, even though that's kind of, no, kind of sweaty. That's probably too sweaty. Let's go over here. Hart versus Colorado never happened. And we go San Diego. Dollar versus San Diego never happened. So we have zero history for either pitcher. Against righties, we know San Diego loves them a righty. And Colorado versus lefties, they're okay with it. They don't love it. The highest, 274 is the highest we're going to get. That's not good. It's not good when you're rocking 300s over here for like half the damn team. So, all right. San Diego Moylan already on the list. What else can we add to it? Let's look at them. Strikeouts. See, there are no stats for these dudes. 7 hits allowed, 6 strikeouts. It is the A's. So, and 4 earned runs. Nothing impressive. You at least have 2 starts, 2 earned runs, 5 earned runs. Cubs, Cleveland, not bad teams. Strikeouts. You struck out no Cubs. You guys suck. Oh, brother. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. 5-2. Okay, let's go to bats. There we go. I took Machado yesterday. It was a beautiful play. Who else yesterday? Tatis hit a bomb yesterday. That was great, but he's not doing good on the 2.5. What? No, can we bump that down? That's plus 100. There's no way we can bump that down, I don't think. Can we juice that back, outline that to 1.5? There's no lines for it. They're only offering 2.5. It was 1.5. Be beautiful. Sorry, Fernando. Machado is doing great though, and he's going to face the Colorado pitcher. Yeah, 1.5, 260 is at least 1 over. That's what we want to see. We want to see 2.5 versus 1.5, and extra HRR over. That's a cushion, what we call in hockey. We use that. We use it in basketball too. So we're going to start using it in baseball. That's a nice cushion. So we will take, hell, I kind of want. Do I want to take this for 155 or do I want to take San Diego to win at 165? I think I'm just going to take San Diego money line. That sounds a lot better for the same price. San Diego money line. I get the whole team to work with instead of just Machado. Yeah, let's do that. San Diego money line next. Next up, Cubbies and Doyas, and we got 170 to Dodgers. 9 is our total. Pitchers, we have Ben Brown versus Roki Sasaki. Okay. Pitch 11-4, 9-7. Offense is still cooking for the Cubs overall. Dodgers average, but they are second home runs, which is beautiful. No Nerfy talk in this one. Stolen bases, number 1 for the Cubs. Interesting. Wouldn't expect them to be number 1, but they are. Breakdown, Ben Brown versus the Doyers. History, there's nothing there. That's basically 1 game worth of stats that we swap over, and we see Sasaki has the same, but way better of nothing. Just 1 hit allowed, basically, in all of his games. Against righties, you see how Cubs did last season, and then you can see how the Dodgers did against righties as well last season. So nothing's really standing out so far. Strikeouts, Dodgers are 21st at 9 point. We could potentially, but I need to see. I'm not really feeling it. 4.5. You average 5.3. That's not enough. We need more. We need at least 1 over with some good strikeout numbers, not there. Let's look at the hits. 3-7 on a 4-5. Earned runs. No, 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 no. Strikeouts. You only had 3 hits. You only gave up 1. Earned runs. You gave up 1. Pretty good. Look at the bats. This is a bat game, I could tell. Oh, Edmund, you're not facing a lefty today, though. Did you hit yesterday? Because I completely forgot you were facing lefties. And of course, you hit the HR, didn't you? Of course you. I just need to auto take Edmund every time he faces a lefty. Anywho. Man. Missed opportunities are sad. Anything else we could take this game? Freddie Freeman to get a run. How did you do yesterday? I know you played yesterday. How did you do, good sir? You had a run. How'd you do HR-wise? You didn't do much, but you had you a run, so that matters. And before that, that was the World Series. You were raking here, and you had a couple games, and you missed a bunch. So, okay, so we're not taking pitchers. We don't like pitch. Both pitchers are decent, but they're not like amazing, but they're not bad. I don't know what to take in this one. To be honest, I think I kind of just want to pass on this one and move on to that last game. Yeah, pass. Next. Last game, Texas and Seattle. You can't see it, but here you know. Seattle 144 with a 7 total. Let's see who the pitchers are. They are going to be Kumar Rocker versus Brian Wu. All right. Let's look at the spreadsheet. 9-5, 6-8. You see the numbers. Nerfies, both top 10. Potential Nerfy. I tried this last time. A Rocker got rocked, so I don't know if I want to do it again, though. Both teams bottom 10 when it comes to hits. Bottom half when it comes to runs, which is kind of what you want to see. Not many runs are being scored. Nerfy is on the table. It is. I don't know how long it's going to stay on the table, but it's there for now. Against Wu. Oh, my God. Sager is only 4 at bats, but a home run. 556 for Marcus with a home run and a 1.5 and 9 at bats. All right, Simeon. All right, dude. Chill. Pump the brakes a little bit, dude. They only have 1 game, and they didn't do well against him at all. So we could take Nerfy. We could take that's them versus righties, and that's Texas versus righties as well. So we could take Texas money line because of how they faced against Wu. So Wu might get beat up a little bit by a few players. We could just pop straight over here to the bats and just take. I took Josh Young yesterday. It was a beautiful play. Where's Marcus? Where are you at, good sir? Show yourself. Simeon, there you are. Let's see how you've done recently because you have a great matchup today. HRR tells us a lot, and you have been kind of, you're only averaging 1.2. I can't take that. Sorry. Not feeling it. Josh Young, how have you done? You hit yesterday for me. One of the few hits. Yeah, you popped off for me. Good sir. Thank you. 2.5 and a 1.5. I could take this at plus 135. Tempting. Very tempting. I could do that. Let's look at the pictures a little closer. Wu earned runs 1.5 against Texas head to head. You gave up 4 the last time you faced him last season, so you could take that. Strikeouts, you're kind of consistent, but not really. Hits, walks, outs, no, none of that. Rocker, strikeouts, no. I thought you were a strikeout dude, but apparently you are not. I don't know if I trust the Nerfy with you in there. Like since he rocked you, but then you came back against Tampa and did pretty well. So, you know what? I think I'm just going to go back to Josh Young again. How did you do against Brian Wu history? What's your Wu history? Woo! Young. Let's see. 167. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Not one bit. I almost want to go either Sager or Simeon. Let's take one of those two. Let's get rid of the pitchers. We're not taking either one. I'm not taking Young. Let's go back. Let's take a bat. Do we end with a nighttime Nerfy? You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust the pitchers. I'm going to trust them. Oh, but that scares the hell out of me. I don't know if I should do that. No, I shouldn't. I should. I'm just reaching now. I'm just trying to reach. Oh, man. You know what? Let's go back to Jung. He's plus 135. We'll see if we can get advantage, take advantage of that plus 135 and get that over 1.5 HR to end the day with a nice note. So we'll end it right there. That's all 15 games broken down. Lots and lots of games. Tomorrow is Sunday. Here's all. Now look at that. They have every picture for today, but not up here for tomorrow, but not today. All right, so you see all the games. I'll be back tomorrow. Go check out the HQ if you want the plays tapped out. Spreadsheet will be available for baseball hopefully by tomorrow. Hopefully. Other sports are already there. Playoffs are about to start in those sports. So I appreciate you being here. Drop a like, subscribe. Let me know what the comments are you're taking. And we'll see you tomorrow on Sunday for some more MLB. Peace.